It's up here at round one with the Andirondack Cross Country Series. We're about to head out for a Pro Open, see what we can do with a brand new 2026 cross country race sled. All right, so after that wreck, I unfortunately lost the ability to get any more footage for the rest of the race. I smashed the visor off the top of my helmet, so there was no mount or anything. And I actually ended up leaving the camera in the snow, but shout out to Kenny Murphy for finding it. So we at least got some footage from the race. Right after that crash, I got back up as fast as I possibly could, went to take off. The sled actually, the throttle stuck wide open on the sled while I was riding on my way back to the start finish. So that was interesting enough. Had to ride that back, riding the brake, the thing's screaming, but we got it back, got to the start finish where I did find out that there was a red flag race restart. So got to the trailer, started assessing the sled as fast as we could, try to get this thing fixed to go back out for the restart. Unfortunately, I did find a bunch of plastic parts and my airbox was destroyed, and it sucked all of those parts down into my throttle body, sticking the butterfly wide open. So at that point, I made a decision. I was going to take my spare sled and go back out for the restart, where we started P4 and had a 40-second delay. So 10 seconds per rider. Each rider took off. We took off, and I was on a mission. I wanted to make up as much time as possible, and I was cooking. Got all the way around to this just after the start of our second lap, where I was able to make the pass on first place and get clean sailing through the 6-mile wood section, which was a lifesaver. The snow dust was brutal through there. Once I got through the wood section, made it back clean sailing to where I won Pro Open. But because of my call, and I wasn't thinking, I should have known better, I took my spare sled in that race and I got disqualified, because you are supposed to start and finish the race with the same sled you started on. So we'll take the win in our books. I had a great time. It was a blast racing anyway. So went on to our second race of the day at the end of the day, which was our pro stock race. Started second on another staggered start, so I had a 10-second delay on that one. And I came out of the box going as fast as possible. I wanted to catch first. Got up to the wood section where I was able to catch up to first, but unfortunately he crashed in front of me. I made sure he was okay before I took back off and had clean sailing all the way back to the start finish. But unfortunately the race was ended due to a red flag. It was just unsafe conditions. At that time, we did not restart the race. It was getting dark, and we had to make a call just to end it. So there is word of a re-race at the next event, which is at Salisbury, first thing in the morning. So hopefully that goes through, and that would be awesome. So I'm down for a bunch of racing that day, maybe make some points up that I lost. So I'm in the shop. Here's the sled that just smashed. We're getting it back together. It might not be pretty, but it'll be at the next event. So hopefully you guys liked the video. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at the next one.